How do I tell my wife she got fat? Depression rarely looks like somebody is depressed. My ex went through quite a bout with it, and weight gain is a symptom. Symptoms also include apathy toward things you loved before and irritability. Get her to see a doctor and stand by her. Depression is really as tough to go through. I wouldn't mention the weight to her at all. She knows. Her actions speak volumes to this effect. However, I would address the personality change. How does she respond when you tell her you miss doing these activities with her? Have you asked why she's changing? Ask her about the things she's frustrated with and why she's so angry with you over things like the glass. But I wouldn't address them at the time of anger, but at a time when you are both calm and have time to talk about it openly. I'm imagining that it all lies in the emotions. Sounds like you already tried this, but I'll share my story and see if maybe it can help you. I dated this girl a while back. We had a really good start, but after a month of dating I began to notice that she was putting on a good amount of weight. At first I didn't think anything of it, but as time kept passing by she began to get bigger. I would like to say that I'm not really into very skinny girls and prefer the girls I date to have some meat on them, but she was just going a bit beyond that. So, I was nervous to bring it up as I didn't want her to feel that I was belittling her or putting her down. What I ended up doing was taking a good look at myself and realized that I wasn't in the best shape of my life myself. So, I started to work out and became more active. I started jogging, biking, playing tennis, and just working out at the gym I had at my complex. I didn't realize that I made this a priority for myself and she began to notice how much effort I would put. I started playing tennis with a couple of friends of mine and I would invite her to join us. At first she didn't want to, so I never forced her, but once she noticed how much I would play and how often she started to join us. Also I think she just wanted to spend time with me and the things I was doing were quite active. Slowly, but surely after playing tennis she started to get more into the sport. At first she didn't run or try much, but after a while she was very much into the game. Once she started playing a lot I then got her to jog with me. Again I never forced her. I would simply ask her if she wanted to go when I would jog, and I wouldn't make a big deal about it if she didn't. The whole time I would like to remind you that I never ever called her out about her weight, because I felt that she was already very aware of it herself. Once she started jogging it was pretty much the beginning of her being active. During the entire relationship we both maintain a good active lifestyle. She lost a lot of weight. At the end of our relationship she was skinnier than she was when we got together. So my advice is to be an example. You need to make sure that you are in good shape before you start telling others they need to lose weight. If you are in good shape then continue being active, and invite your wife when you do any activities. Don't force her or don't make her feel like she has to go with you. Let her decide. Also I would think simply telling her she is overweight, fat or whatever way you want to put it is a bad idea. It only makes people feel sad about their body image and more inclined in accepting they are overweight. She knows that she is overweight, and by you telling her she is, well, that just makes her feel worse is what I'm getting at. It sounds like you used to be really active together, and it's strange how you guys stop, but hopefully you can get it going again if you put in the time and effort. Newsflash. She knows she's fat. She hates it. She especially hates being reminded she's fat. Anytime you mention it, she feels as if you've stabbed her in the heart. She needs a full physical workup. A trip to the doctor for a maybe pregnancy should have been a red flag to somebody. She might have a very serious medical problem that's not being addressed, especially in light of the personality change. Convince her to see a doctor for a full physical. Fill your fridge with cake, and every time she goes for a slice, run into the room and smash it out of her hand with an angry look in your eyes. I can't stop laughing. I think this should be the standard answer from now on. For everything. Hey Reddit, I came home drunk and the wife is pissed. What do? Fill your fridge with cake, and every time she goes for a slice, run into the room and smash it out of her hand with an angry look in your eyes. Honey, you got fat. Brace for impact, comma. And if he can keep her chasing him for long enough. Profit. Circa. Start acting weird yourself. Pretend you are more stressed than usual. Make sure she notices it. Leave small hints that you are working in a very top secret project, and that maybe you live a parallel undercover life, and let that brew for a couple of months. In the meanwhile, plan a small vacation. Get a sitter for your pet if you have one. Get a CHL license. Get a good chunk of cash. Pack up 2 backpacks with food provision for a good month or 2. Make it healthy. Get some well-balanced MREs, first aid, extra socks, etc. Then one day, wake up before she does, do some push-ups until you start sweating and getting out of breath and wake her up, saying, "We have to go." Insert a magazine in your pistol and holster it. Start shoving stuff on her, like her provisions pack, and make sure that she is completely flustered and just following your commands. Tell her that she is not to use any cell phone or communication devices, Facebook, laptop or anything, and that she should not use her credit card for any reason. If she asks why, answer with the good old, "Please, you have to trust me on this." Hopefully she will connect the dots and think that something serious happened with your ongoing top secret and that the shit has now hit the fan. So this is when you two start walking. A lot. Make sure it's out of the way of McDonald's and shit, and sometimes allow for a gas station stops for showers and replenish food, etc. With at least 2-3 weeks of pure walking to your planned destination, she should be able to drop a few pounds, as long as you don't make it too easy. Don't hitchhike, just walk, and make a reason for that. You'll have plenty of time to talk and sort things out, have hot cheesy sex. Then at the end of the destination, make sure you end up at a spa, resort hotel and that you have all the arrangements ready so that she can just relax and realize how much you care about her and how it was awesome to lose weight. Drastic personality change and weight gain immediately after getting married. This is unheard of. Keep asking her if she's pregnant. What is there to bring up? Clearly, she knows she's fat from all of her responses. I'm going to assume she's depressed about something. So before worrying about her weight, get to the root of the problem. For better or for worse, baby. Seriously, my wife and I both got fat after we got married, her much bigger than me, but I left her alone about it. It concerned me on a health level, but I left her alone. I got sick of gaining weight though, and started eating better and exercising more. Mainly looking at my weight rise on the Wii Fit really got me going. My wife noticed. Something about me getting my health in order kick-started her into losing weight. She got on Weight Watchers and ended up losing more weight than me. Now she's in better shape than before we got married and we are training for a half marathon together. Long story short, led by example, accept and love her for who she is now. If you won't, why should she? I'm not out of shape and actually weigh the same as when we got married. I don't go to the gym or anything, but I'm involved in men's league sports. Actually, it's a very competitive level, and do my best to eat healthy. I try to invite her to everything and she declines. I wish it was that simple. Bring a cow home and talk to it as if it were your wife. You. Hi honey, how was work? Cow. Moo. Wife. Start buying only healthy food and get one of those children's toys that makes barnyard animal noises. Pull the cord every time she goes to take a bite. Please keep us updated. Not to get all Dr. Phil on you, but she is putting on the weight and no longer being sporty because of something else. I think this is a byproduct of some emotional something. I believe this requires a Spinal Tap song. The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the push-in. That's what I said. The looser the waistband, the deeper the quicksand. Or so I have read. My baby fits me like a flesh tuxedo. I'd like to sink her with my pink torpedo. Big bottom, big bottom. Talk about bum cakes. My girl's got M. Big bottom drive me out of my mind. How could I leave this behind? Become fatter than her. When she tells you that you're fat, say bazinga. Have your girlfriend tell her. Women tend to have more tact when it comes to these things. You may find a clue to the lack of interest in extra activities here. She's just becoming almost mean towards me over the littlest things like not taking out the garbage or not putting water in a glass. Did you live together before you were married? Did you specifically talk about how you'd end up dividing the chores once you merged households? Have you kept up your end of the bargain? Or has she experienced chore creep? Do you both work full time, but only one of you then work full time to keep the household running? Do you force her, as my husband does, silently glares at his back, to either do all of the household cleaning, laundry, scheduling, etc. herself or resort to assigning tasks one at a time? Nothing more age-inducing than hearing a grown man who has watched or participated one assigned task at a time in the same cleaning routine every Saturday for the last 12 years whimper, "But honey, I don't know what needs to be done. I hate being forced to be the household mom. It eats away at my free time. It slowly poisons my feelings for him. It makes me mean over little things. I haven't had the weight gain, necessarily, but I do jealously guard my free time as my own." If you want a glimpse into the internal thought process when she finds that crusted over glass in the sink, it might be, "Oh, look, the man that spent 10 hours this weekend messing around with his Metro League sports jerk friends and focused on keeping only himself entertained and fit, while I got to spend 10 hours cleaning the toilets, washing his sweaty jock straps and mildewed socks that I peeled from his 3 different gym bags, disinfecting the kitchen, scrubbing black marks off the floor, and fighting the other 5,000 angry wives in the checkout line at the supermarket is somehow unable to find the time to put half an inch of water in his vitamin-enriched organic juice glass, much less take the extra 20 seconds to put that fricker in the dishwasher where it belongs. Well, by all means, let me take care of this one more thing. And now the man himself is here to suggest that I spend the last daylight hours before Monday joining him in some exercise, be still my beating heart, or sex. Q. More anger there than I thought. In any case, I do have some practical advice in addition to the frothing. Consider that her anger and her passive-aggressive stance on both her weight gain and all these little household chores stems from some unhappiness in the balance of fun and free time in her life versus yours. I had an active and busy social and fitness life too, once upon a time. Now my evenings and weekends are spent taking care of our house and getting ready for the week ahead. This clearly isn't all your fault. A bad reaction to a trying situation is on her, but you may want to try a tack like, "I notice you don't have as much free time to do things together with me, or things just for yourself. If I helped out with X, Y, Z every week, do you think that would help?" Pro tip. Do not ask her what to do. Think all on your own about what regularly occurring chores need to be completed. Forcing her to be the one to assign chores forces her to be the mom, again, and she probably hates it too.